Das war's.
Ahoy, crypto pirates. Welcome to your FN Hangout on Discourse Syndicate. I am the Captain RG3, bringing it to you. Tonight is your night. The link is going to be here. It's on the Twitters. It's in all the chat rooms, and I'm going to put it right here in the chat for you guys. There it is. Tonight's your night. Come join us. We're going to have a little special night tonight. I'm sure it's going to get special because some of you had a lot to say this week, and some of you have been fired up about the nomics situation, as was I. It's been a very eventful week. We're going to talk about all that stuff. I've got a very, very special guest coming on first. So I'm going to bring her up, actually, a lady of Hex, going to be joining us for a few moments. She doesn't have a whole bunch of time, so she's going to come hang out with us for a little bit. And then after I bring her up, then I'll let the mugs come up. I'll let the ugly mugs show up, put their faces on here, and the cutthroats can hang out with us. But first of all, I had one little rant that I'd like to kind of get done with before the night starts. For those of you who are having fun with nomics, great. Have fun with nomics and meme the hell out of it and all that good stuff. They deserve it. They deserve all of your hate, all of your anger, all of your sniveling, crying, bitching, moaning, and complaining. They deserve all of it. So go ahead and throw it out there and give it to them. That's okay by me. But here's one thing I got to tell you. Those of you motherfuckers who think it's okay to let me know that you're punching me in the face when you see me next, I got news for you. Things change real fucking fast when you try and punch somebody in the face. Just let me tell you that right now. So more than likely, you're just shit talking behind your fucking computer screen like most of you do. Because when shit gets real and you're in person, that shit never happens. So fuck you guys and your stupid little messages. Keep it to yourselves. And keep those stupid threats away from everybody else too. It's undeserved. Period. End of story. Grow up, act like human beings, and fucking one day crawl out from behind your computer and really go try and punch somebody in the face and see what fucking happens to you. Because most of you guys that talk shit like that, you've never been in a scuffle. So anyway, that's my 2 cents on that. Fuck you. All right. So with all that said, we're going to open up the conversation tonight. But first, I'm going to bring on our guest. So the reason that this person is joining us is because we are actually in negotiations to bring her onto the Discourse Syndicate and start a show with her. So this is going to be our first glimpse. Everybody's probably seen her on Twitter. So everybody, our new female Hexican joining the crowd, Hexpensive Taste.
Hi, everybody.
How you doing?
How's it going?
It's going great. Good to have you on here.
I know. I'm so excited.
I'm glad you're excited because we're excited too. So let's. You're kind of new to the scene. But the pictures have blown up all over Twitter of you because you're just absolutely gorgeous. So of course everyone's all over it. And on top of that, you're a Hexican. So that's what's important to us. And we'd really like to talk to you about what it was that brought you into Hex, how you got here, what happened, how did you find Hex or Richard or Pulse or whatever it was? Lay the story on us.
So it was in May, and a friend of mine that was already, I mean, he had been in Bitcoin and crypto for a long time, and he was actually independently wealthy from other business ventures outside of crypto. He sent out like a text message to a bunch of people that he knew and friends saying, hey, I don't know if you're into crypto, but if you are, there's this project that I really believe in. And, kind of just gave her a really vague like intro. And I was like, this is someone I would take financial advice from because he's already proven himself to do well. So I was like, okay, tell me more. What do I do? And he explained what it was, how to buy it. And me, I mean, that was like Greek to me. I had no background. So it took me a long time to figure out how to do it. So I just bought a small bag in May, and then, I kind of started to see it go up a little bit. And I was like, maybe I should do some more research on this, figure out what it is. Started, going on Reddit and going on YouTube and watching videos and I didn't even know what a blockchain was or anything. So I went in there and just did my own research. And the more I read and I got to know the community, and everyone was just so pumped about it and just the potential and the whole story behind it and why we're doing it. It just made me really interested. So I just started every time I got paid on Friday, put a little more. And then I guess when we had, obviously right before the sacrifice phase, it just started skyrocketing, going up, and I got in on that. And I mean, it's just been a wild ride, and I'm just so excited to see where the future could go because it's just insane. And the community is great.
So the date, what was the date when that all started? How long ago was that?
It was in May. That was when I got my first bag, and I'm still buying. Like, I remember the other day when it had dipped from the 30s down to like 28. I rushed home from work because my hard wallet was at home, and I was like, I gotta buy this tip, and then got a better opportunity here past couple weeks or so. But I'm always buying.
So literally 8 months into crypto.
Yeah.
Crypto total, like never been into crypto before, never had no Bitcoin, never had no Ethereum. You're like, first thing you do when you get in, you get Hex.
Yeah. Yep. That's all I got.
Okay. One more question, because I want to see how pure you actually are.
Oh, God.
When you got your money, so I don't care what on-ramp platform you used. Did you buy another crypto, or did you get yourself in like USDC and then go get your Hex?
So I initially just bought Ethereum to swap to Hex because I don't even know any other way you could do it. But
okay,
I had the Ethereum for 2 seconds.
I was just kind of seeing how absolutely new and pure you were, and that's cool. Well, you have to get Ethereum anyway to run on the network. You got to get gas. So right on. So do you realize how lucky you are?
I'm really lucky in so many ways. I'm just excited to have found this so soon, even though in my head, talking to you guys and seeing all you guys on Twitter, I was like, oh man, I wish I would have got in the beginning. But now it's like, man, we're just in the infancy of this and where it can go. And I'm so excited for that.
We're still in the beginning, I have visions of you ushering new people into Hex. I really do. And I see a whole new wave of people coming in because, this week has really been a eye opener for me as far as what we're really doing here. And, we've always talked a big game about Hex and what it means to the crypto and what it means to the world. To be honest, Hex isn't crypto. And I got news for everybody. It's not. It is birthed from it. It's a product that's completely different than crypto. It used the same type of algorithmic programming that Bitcoin used to use peer-to-peer cryptographic transactions, and it used Ethereum to build itself, to use it as its programming language. But it's far from being any other of those cryptos. So what I find interesting and cool is that somebody like you got to be introduced to Hex and not have to be introduced to crypto.
Right.
And even though you had to get some ETH to get in, so now you understand how it operates, but now you're going to get to switch over to Pulse Chain right off the bat.
Oh,
so
I'm so excited. The gas fees lately have been insane.
It's been ridiculous. I mean, it's just, I'm really feel sorry to the people who are end staking smaller amounts of hex, and
Mhm.
the fees are just wrecking those stakes. I'm really, really, really feeling for those people right now. So anyway, well, I'm glad that we have you here. So that was your crypto journey. It's 8 months long.
Yeah, it was just
And
a baby, but hey, so far it's going great. I've onboarded my whole family. I go on Facebook and tell everyone to do it. Anybody that will listen, I'm getting them on board, and I hope to have a bigger platform to do that soon. So
that is awesome. That is really, really awesome. And what's beautiful is that it's going to start getting easier to onboard people as Pulse Chain launches, as we Hexicans and Richard bring new products to the Pulse Chain and bring new onboarding methods and all of these things. When things start getting easier, then people won't even have to worry about the crypto world anymore. The only time you really even have to touch crypto right now is like you just did. You came in through Ethereum, you had a little, and you got your hex in, and now you're on board. Mm-hmm. So it's really cool that we have it like that now, though. You don't have to do too much messing around in crypto, because a lot of us had to go out there and experiment and flounder around and get scammed and do all of that crap. And I'm just glad that there's like kind of a new generation of Hexican that's coming in that doesn't have to deal with that.
Yeah, for sure. So
other than Hex, have you looked at any other projects? Have you been enticed by any other projects? Is anything else out there, like, as any other crypto influencers or people, like floated your boat and made you want to go check it out?
Not really. I mean, my whole Twitter is only Hexicans. I mean, I'll see people on there shilling other coins, and a lot of times I'll get like DMs or direct messages, talking about different stuff. But I mean, I just now got it down to where I really understand Hex, and I believe in that so much. Like, I just don't feel like I need anything else.
You're absolutely right. And you are the future of Hex and the Hex community. This is really what's happening here. People are going to be onboarding, and you're going to show people how to get in through Pulse, and they're not going to have to pay stupid fees. They're not going to have to touch other cryptos. They're going to just be able to come in, get their Hex, use it as the product that it is, and not have to worry about all the other stuff. So that's a beautiful thing. And definitely. What's cool is we've been talking about you coming on board and helping us with that.
I know. I'm so excited. I'm shocked and excited and nervous, but I mean, I'm really looking forward to it. It's an amazing opportunity, and I'm very appreciative of that.
Well, we're glad to have you aboard. I think it's going to be a real fresh view of the Hex community and what it takes to get into Hex, and really like a new start, kind of a new beginning, because we're all tainted, jaded, and used up. We're a bunch of crypto whores, all of us guys here, everyone here, and I think that the new Hexican coming in is purity, and that's how I want to see this. Is we've got new people coming in and they don't even have to deal with crypto,
Yeah, for sure.
So right on. Well, is there anything you want to ask me before I start bringing the cutthroats in and stuff, or?
No, I think I'm good. Once again, just thanks for having me. Thanks for this opportunity. And I'm just really excited to be working with you guys.
Well, right on. Well, thanks for coming. You want to stick around and hang out with the fellas, or you got to bail? I know you told me you only had a few minutes.
I might say hi to them and then I'll have to pop off.
All right. Well, I know they want to say hi to you. So everybody, hey, come on up, cutthroats. We got Timmy B in the house. And of course, my buddy, my pal, KNTX. What's happening, fellas?
Doing well. Yeah, I know expensive taste from our skiing venture that we're going to be taking in January.
Greet the lady first, fellas. Greet the lady.
Hello.
Am I not? Sorry. I apologize. It's good to see you. Sorry about that.
And I'm also very excited about our skiing and snowboarding trip.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think it's going to be a blast. It's right in my backyard, so I love it. That's one of my favorite ski spots. Yeah, I know. This guy hates anything wet and cold. So
well, maybe we'll have to race for some Hex. I'll race you for some Hex. We'll see who wins.
Oh. All right. I'm a double planker though. It's hard for one board to beat me. I'm gonna just say that right now. So
we'll see about that.
Okay. Oh, you don't even snowboard. You go on the 2 sticks.
I'm a double planker, man. Have been since I was 2 years old, man. It's hard to turn back once you get good.
Yeah, that's the last time they were doing that shit, wasn't it?
I know.
Do that.
I know it. Right after that, snowboarding became a thing. I'm just right at that age. I just missed snowboarding. Well, I tried switching.
Come on, I
tried.
did it a couple of times, and
I tried, and I was like, you can't freaking stop, and all you do is the way you stop is you fall on your hands. It sucks, or you stand on your.
There's no pizza and French fries in freaking snowboarding, man. You gotta.
When you're good, you don't do that on double planks either. So it doesn't matter.
It's hips, buddy.
Yeah, there's no pie, no pizza pie. No, and you don't have to sit down on your butt every time you stop like you do on a snowboard. So
no, you don't.
Yeah, you do. So it's hard to go from something that you're really, really good at to something that you absolutely suck and you hurt yourself constantly over and over again. So I didn't do it for long before I decided I'm going back to what I'm good at. So
that's fair.
I started my first time snowboard or skiing ever was 2 years old in Steamboat. That was
wow! I love
my first time. Oh, Steamboat's a sweet, sweet place. For all of you guys that know about snow and know what that is, RG.
Yeah. Okay.
So Hexpensive Taste. I don't know if you remember me, but I met you at the Denver meetup a few weeks ago.
Yes, I do remember. I was actually going to say that.
Okay.
That was a fun night.
It was great. That was a great night. That was really awesome. I was so happy to be able to make that trip.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you see this?
See what?
Alex Sanders. Any whales in here that have loan shark DNA? It's a good reference for those of you that are going to get it. So, hey, Hex Toys. Thanks, Cy. It's good to see you, brother. Thank you, everything. Everything Kinetics. Nice. UK Medium will be next level. So Cy, I just want to throw this out there, has invited some of us OGs when we're in London to this Bugatti party. Super excited to see what that's all about, my friend. So thank you so much for the invite. I can't wait to meet you, Cy. I'm really excited, bro. So thank you for the £100. Sorry, bro. That's awesome. That is super
thank
cool.
You, Cy. We'll be partying in a couple of weeks, bud.
Yep. I can't wait to sit down with you, man. We got all kinds of ideas too. So, and I bet you're just the one to be able to make some of those things happen.
Have you seen any of the action figures that Hex Toys has made of some of the people that are,
Yeah, I saw them on Twitter. Those are awesome. Yeah, I know all of them. Yeah, those are so funny. I want all of them in a collection.
It reminds me of when I was a kid and I collect Star Wars figures.
Right?
Yeah.
Those are so funny. I love them.
Yeah, I really want the Kinetics one, but I haven't seen it yet. Hasn't come out yet or something.
He says, "I really want the Kinetics one." Size watching.
Well, Captain gives me a hard time all the time about. Well, at least I got a doll.
A toy. I'm a toy. I always say I'm a toy. At least I'm a toy.
Okay, if you say so.
All right, gentlemen, I hate to do this, but I gotta go. Thank you so much.
We'll be talking soon.
We'll be talking to you soon.
Yep, excited to have you on board.
Love you guys. Talk to you soon.
We'll see
you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Well, that was awesome.
Yeah, she's a star just waiting to happen. Can't wait.
Yep. And
I'm going to go ahead and drop this link in here for you guys right now. It looks like we got MT Corner wants to come on. There you go, sir. So
she's exactly what Hex needs right now. A fresh face with a fresh look at crypto, with excitement, and she's not jaded by anything else out there. You know what I mean? Right. Like the pure Hex experience. Like I got in, I had to get some ETH in order to get this stuff, and that was it. You know, like all she's read about crypto is Hex. You know, all she's done her research is Hex. The only community that she's ever been part of is the Hexican community. So I mean, it's just it's going to be cool to watch her develop and watch her bring other people into the space.
Well, and it's nice because I think a lot of you women out there are really going to see some of yourself, and you know, it's going to be a resemblance of yourself within the crypto space instead of just a bunch of dudes talking all the time. So I think it'll be a breath of fresh air for some of you guys.
Sure. And she kind of fits the demographic of most of the people I've onboarded. People that have never been in crypto before. It's like all they know is Hex.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what we're seeing a lot of now. It's like this is the new generation of Hexican coming in, is people that haven't had to dip their toe in the fucking cesspool of crypto. You know what I mean?
They've been spared.
They've been spared. And I think that, you know, it takes hard, scarred up, battle torn people to like kind of say, hey, let's protect them from this crap and show them something else. We've already been there. Not a good place, guys. Bad alley. Let's not go down there. Let's go stay on walking on this street. We're going over here to the park, you know? So yeah, it's,
you know what, Dorsey and Hexander, I'm about to put you in timeout. About to put you guys in timeout.
uh-oh.
Man, they didn't even get on yet and going into timeout.
Well, they said, what would his accessory be? A cargo ship and an empty box?
A jammed up cargo ship.
Dorsey says a kayak in an empty box. So.
And your figure has to have a removable shirt.
Oh,
hey.
Yeah. There you go. It wouldn't be Knipples without it, right?
Exactly.
I just want my quads to look as badass as Kyle's looked.
No kidding, man. Kyle's got like freaking quads on him. Like, geez, man, look at those things. Oh man,
that's funny. Well, supposedly the t-shirts are supposed to be here or unloaded. They're already parked out in the bay.
Did you really just say that?
I did. Well, dude, they've been parked out there for like 2 months now.
Sentence would actually start. Well, I believe the t-shirts are gonna. That shouldn't even be pouring across your lips anymore. You're like, you should be sore when you say that.
But it's parked in. It's out there, man. It's out there. All right. It's just waiting to be unloaded so that you can swing by and pick them all up for me.
Oh, look who we got here. We got our buddy, our pal, man with the plan, and the fan. Wales only. What's happening, bud?
What's going on, guys? How you guys doing?
I'm doing awesome, Wales. How are you?
Doing good, guys. Sorry, I got like a little lag because I'm overseas and all of that, so it's really choppy.
So he is out on the island.
You're out of town, huh? You're out of town.
He's early to the meetup in London.
Damn it, why is it so choppy, man? Hold on, guys, because I'm barely hearing you guys now.
Oh, but you sound good. You sound good.
Yeah, okay, it's coming in now. I'm finally, okay, the lag is over. Got you.
What
now.
about an old guy that cuts through the BS and lets the kids know what it's all about? Dude, that's right. This is the BS place. Wow.
That's my good buddy, Cadium.
Tough crowd.
Yeah. Who needs enemies with friends like that, right?
Yeah, who needs enemies when you got friends like that? All right. So hey, we got another Hexican back here. MT Coiner joining the crew tonight. What's up, dude?
What's up, guys?
How's it going?
I like that. He's got a hex sticker and an American flag right next to each other.
Hell yeah. Well, I was going to put the hex flag on the sticker on the flag, but I thought that could offend somebody, so split them up.
Yeah.
You're worried about offending people? You're on the wrong show.
I appreciate the gesture, though. I do.
Right. We got lots of veterans, so
I appreciate the gesture.
I walked into a gas station with an American flag made out of like fish and lures, and some veteran got all huffy puffy about it. I was like, okay, maybe I'll try to separate the flags and other things, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, just don't put the Nomics logo on the flag.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Had to do it. Had to bring it
From
down.
the top hat, didn't it?
Okay, we almost made it a half hour, but
Sorry.
26
I haven't said
minutes.
a word about that hardly at all to anybody all week. So
Oh, that was funny, man.
You're the only one.
it seemed to all happen
by
so
the way,
quick.
Bree, if you're out there, I'm taking my qualia, my nootropic shot.
The captain's getting dosed.
Thanks, Jay, for Jay. That's a pretty cool comment. Truly
We better
respect and
nice.
appreciate the energy and command of your position forth, which you owe. With Hex, stay healthy. God bless, strength, and honor. Appreciate that, man. That's awesome.
What makes you think he was talking to you?
I don't. I thought he was edifying you. Nobody else does, so I thought maybe you needed to hear it. So.
It's a rough room tonight, guys.
Oh shit! What did I do?
So are you vacationing, or are you working, or what are you doing there, buddy? Well,
Me, I'm just home, man. I just come home as often as I can. You know.
Oh, okay.
Just home. Come check moms out and all that. Make sure everything is good over here.
Go.
Yeah, just doing my grown son thing basically. So just checking out the scene. What's interesting is when I come here, it's not like the U.S. or at least New York where everything is concrete. So when I come here, it's like a green shock.
Oh.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. Your feet are finally grounded. You're like, you can breathe. Your feet are grounded. You don't feel like you're boxed in to concrete.
Yeah,
that's what dirt feels like.
That's what feels like.
I said that's what dirt feels like.
Yeah. So all of that, right? It's just like a little wake up call. It's like a little refreshing, even though I was just here like the other day, but it's still it's useful. It's useful to just step away from the monotony that they want you to continuously live through.
Yeah.
So that's all. It helps.
Thanks, Jennifer Miller, for the $4.99. Happy Friday, Hex family. Hex, yeah. Thank you so much. Good to see you. We probably have the highest ratio of guys to girls, or the girls to guys, I should say, is the better way to say that in all of crypto. In all of crypto, almost certainly. It's cool to see.
It's crazy because I don't even think we got a lot of girls like that, but you're probably right.
Oh, dude, have you seen any of the other coins? I mean,
nah, I have not.
Unless they're sitting on Mr. Cardano's lap or paying to have steak with the guy that teaches them.
When they finally got a girl, that's what they named her.
Yep.
Hold on, you guys seen Ex Machina, that movie, that AI movie about the chick?
Yeah.
That's her name in the joint. Is Ada.
Yeah, it is.
I don't think that's a coincidence, guys.
Hey now, Jawa, I probably shouldn't put this up there, but it is funny.
Oh man.
Well, Bitcoin does have Paris Hilton, so I'm wondering which female celebrity will become the first Hexican. Probably someone with a little more class.
We'll just have to start tweeting it.
I think the first person that's going to go viral in crypto, she was just on the stream. She had to get going, but she'll be back.
That's true.
We got some big plans for her, and she is going to be a rock star. So we love it.
Oh yeah.
She's an awesome Hexican. Can't wait to get her rolling. I'm looking at the
Children of the Grave. There are a bunch of Miami strippers in Doge. Don't ask how I
know. Right on. We're tapping on 28-cent door right now, guys. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty sweet. You know where I go to look at that? Not Nomics. So I just look at my Staker app, guys. Go check out your Staker app. By the way, I got to talk with Steph today, and they are working hard for you guys so that we have no issues when Pulse Chain comes out, because they're supporting both the Ethereum and the Pulse Chain. So
that's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, hey,
of course he's good. Oh man, Hey Tyrone, turn on your camera and we'll let you on here, buddy.
Yeah, turn on your camera, we'll let you in, man.
If you would have named yourself Leroy Jenkins, I might have let you in.
Oh
yeah, so Staker app is doing some pretty big overhaul, so to speak, and they are doing upgrades. They're being proactive rather than reactive, so that they're ready to go. I mean, there's a lot of people that trust them with a lot of financial energy, so they want to do this right. And so far, they haven't let anyone down.
No, I love their app.
Yep, me too.
So what's going on with you, MT Coiner?
I'm just hanging out, guys. Just figured I'd hop on. You know, just be present.
Did you help the wife drag out the deer or what?
Every time, yep.
Nice.
Every time.
Nice. You got some meat in the freezer now?
Yep, that one will be getting chopped up here directly. But yeah, we've got one in there, and probably going to get a couple more this weekend after we go do a wedding gig over in Billings. I don't think there's any Billings Hexicans. We got to work on that.
Yeah.
We talked about
That's the
moving
big
up there.
city out there, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of.
The big city.
There
We
may
talked
be
about
somebody
moving to
in
Montana.
there may be somebody in Bozeman.
There is. There's
There's
Hextech.
one dude in Bozeman, bro. That one dude.
Hey, somebody's got to represent.
He owns the car wash. You know that guy.
And so we got Hextech 19 in Bozeman, and he's got
That's it.
a cohort of onboardees over there. I don't know them all personally, but I've also got a guy over there who dabbles. But he's got a horrible habit of dabbling with dog coins as well, and so he's usually underwater. But he's got some hex, and the fees are so expensive he can't sell it right now. So it's working out in his favor.
It's working out well for him.
I don't know who this guy is.
Kyler.
Let's bring it in.
Thanks for joining us, brother. It's good to see how's your filming going, man.
Hey,
How's the-
It's our actor that showed up on your show, huh?
Yes,
Nice.
sir.
Hey, yeah, I don't think I've met you yet, Captain. What's up?
How you doing, young man? Nice to
Good.
meet you.
Yeah, I just saw y'all were streaming. I was just gonna say what's up for a second. I'm like in the middle of working.
Are you really?
Yeah.
You on
Well, no,
set
I'm not.
right now? Oh.
No. I'm in the middle of like filming an audition and stuff. Most auditions are from home and everything. But I just saw y'all were streaming and shit. I'm like on my phone right now, so I was just gonna say what's up.
Where you at? Where area you at?
Oh, I'm in Los Angeles.
You're in LA? All right.
Yeah, I'm in the heart of all that shit. So, yes.
Yeah, I used to live over there off of Melrose and La Brea.
Bro, that's exact. I'm on La Brea and Third. It's basically the same.
Oh
shit.
yeah, you know, I was right on Detroit, right behind Pink's.
Oh, holy shit! Yeah, that's the neighborhood. Yeah, I'm by the Grove and everything. That's fucking
Yeah,
funny.
I know yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Weird. Well, weird. I'm gonna let you guys get back to it. I literally just want to say what's up for like 5 seconds.
All
All
right,
right,
man.
buddy. Good to
Later.
have
See
you.
you, brother. Have a
Let's go.
good
Hey,
one.
Yeah.
don't fall
Tear
for
it
the
up. Go
casting
tear it up.
couch. Don't fall for the casting couch.
We got. Oh, by the way, so speaking of our celebrities now that we've got coming into the Hexican community, I'm gonna leave it for a surprise because I'm gonna bring this guy on, but we actually have a rock star coming into already in, but he's gonna come do a Monday night with me. His name's Grippo. He's a bass player for a band called Kissing. What's Kissing? Shoot, man, I'm already messing up the name. Crap. I'll think of it in a minute here.
Hey,
Anyway, we're having
got a
another
guy-
rock star coming on.
We got someone who wants to give a shout out in the chat here, man,
Who's that?
to his better half.
Oh, to RG. Okay, hold on a second. Let me pull this up. So Maddie and I go way back. Way back. We're buddies from the past. I'm just pumping you up, buddy. So I just wanted to say to your beautiful better half, Valentina, how you doing? Welcome, my lady. Welcome to the Hexican community. You got a good man there. If he's got some hex, stick with him because that bag might be worth something one day. It was Kissing Candace. I'm sorry. Kissing Candace is the name of the band. I just got blasted for that. Oh boy.
Oh,
Is this
no.
who I think it is? Wait.
Don't let him on unless he has the golden microphone.
Where is it? Let us see it.
We need this. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here we go.
No further
Our
ado.
favorite Indian or Indian with a dot, not a feather. Dear Raj, what's happening, my man?
Yes, sir.
Whoa, it's a special Friday night.
I know. That's what
It's
I
been a
was
long
thinking.
time since I've been able to fuck with you. How you doing?
I've been doing great. I don't know if you follow the Hexasian streams.
Of course.
So yeah, I've been doing great, and yeah, See, I work night shifts, so this time is kind of awkward. But yesterday I had a couple of
That's your middle name, Daraj.
So so I had a couple of extra energy drinks, so I'm awake right now. So I decided to join.
You
Yeah,
had a few drinks, you said?
energy drink.
Oh, okay. Energy drink. All
Yeah.
right.
Lucky Hex.
All right. So
songs
break
that-
out the mic and let's have some karaoke. Let's have it.
songs,
I have to set it up a little bit.
dance.
Can you do a Helen Reddy song for us or something? I would love to hear a Helen Reddy song from you right now.
I don't know.
Can I?
Like,
Are we taking requests? Can I do Louis Capaldi? Let's do a Louis Capaldi song.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. Who are these guys you're speaking of? I don't know any of these songs. I know Indian Bollywood songs and a few of the common American songs which are common in pop culture.
How about some Neil Young? You got some Neil Young for us?
Some Stones?
I am in a different. I think I am from a different generation from you. So I have never heard of any of these songs.
Dude,
Okay.
the Stones have been around for 50
No one
years,
knows
man.
Neil Young anymore. Everyone
Give
knows
us some-
Neil Young is dead.
COTG.
Free bird.
Give us some Post Malone.
It's a Post Malone.
That's right.
A little 6ix9ine maybe. I vote Bollywood. Well, bang us out a Bollywood tune.
Cracklin' Rosie.
Let's sing Holla Back Girl. That's awesome. Let's do it.
All right. Oh, okay. Island Boys. Oh boy.
Like we haven't heard enough.
Oh, look who we got now. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Cutthroat, Gary.
Yes.
What's up, guys? Can you hear me all right?
I hear you great, man.
We can hear you, buddy.
Yeah, I don't have all the green screen stuff, but I'm doing a lot of traveling, so I'm pretty excited to be in.
Yeah, you're out visiting Ma too, aren't you? You got,
Yeah, all my relatives
Wales
and
is
such.
seeing Mom, and my mom's coming next week, and it's like mom time right now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a little bit before the holiday, because we're going to be doing this stuff. Some of us are going to be going to London and Europe and stuff like that, and it's just better for me to get it out of the way here before maybe coming back. So we'll see.
Nice.
And today, everyone's talking about the God Whale stuff. I don't know if you guys saw that on Twitter.
Yeah.
So we got what, 2 or 3 different God whales showing up on Twitter now? Is that what it is?
So there was some pushback. Some Hexicans said, "Hey, don't fall for it. It's probably a trick. It's probably a spoof account." And I replied and said, "Here's a address. Send the smallest amount of crypto, smallest amount of hex that you can send. Send 1 hex. Sorry, you're going to have to suffer the Ethereum cost." And he responded, and he sent 7777. So he sent about $2,000 to that empty account.
Nice.
Has no Ethereum in it, has nothing in it but hex, just to confirm his address. And his address has over $230 million worth of hex. And then it's associated with other accounts that add up to about $1 billion worth of crypto. So it's a real address.
Which one was confirmed though? Which one?
The real God
The
Whale.
real God Whale.
Yes. The
Team
real God
God
Whale.
is Team God is his handle,
Yeah.
and at the real God Whale is his.
Yeah, and I'm doing a stream tomorrow morning. It's gonna be early because I have flight, but it doesn't have to be. If you want to join in, you can. But basically, I'm just gonna walk through all the Twitter conversation from today. It's a lot of stuff on that, and then I'm gonna cover some of the other stuff that I can before doing any more traveling. About what's going on. Just there's a lot of interest from people that are very well off outside of crypto. It's one thing when you have your bags inflate because crypto does this multiplication and to the moon stuff. But there's a lot of people that are really interested in what we're doing here. It's really great sentiment.
Nice. Okay, I am hooked up now. I didn't know that you had done that today, Gary.
Yeah, I just created an address. It's in control, and then I responded to it before he knew I was going to do it. But I said send an address, and then someone hexologist was flagging me and says, yeah, if you send him 7777, he'll send you twice as much back. And I said, no, I can't afford the Ethereum. So there's a little bit of joking around and stuff. And then it will be sacrificed. Not sacrificed. It will be donated in his name 36 months from now. So there's no Ethereum's going to go into it. Nothing can happen to it. But who knows what happens over the next 36 months. And I have a particular charity that I support pretty regularly. So it'll be donated in 36 months and attributed to him.
I love it. I love it. So
Totally.
I just want to say thank you, Godwell, for the donation to the highest of stakes last night. That made a huge difference. It took a huge weight off of RG and I's shoulders. A huge, huge weight to make sure that
monster weight.
We have everything paid for now. Like it is, we had everything already committed to, and this just makes it so that this happens indubitably. So we're excited about that. So Thank you so much for being such a big supporter of the community. Thank you for your 814,000 T-shares. That is freaking awesome, by the way. Staked up to 15 years, man. You are the best actor in the system, and we appreciate you for it.
Yep.
Wow.
And not only did it didn't really just take weight off of. I mean, we were fine. We were working. We were making things happen. But it changed the whole level of the documentary. Now it's on a different level now. It's on cruise control, and it is. I mean, there's a whole new crew coming in now. The production's ramping up. It's gonna be awesome, guys. It really is gonna be awesome.
Yep, it is. What the hell is this supposed to mean, Saint Franklin? He's supposed to freaking sacrifice me? What? Man, I'm about to sacrifice your viewing privileges.
That's a good one. Yeah, so shout out to the real Godwell, right, for shutting down the fake guy that was trying to claim that he was the Godwell. Yeah, the Furu whale that was claiming he was a Furu whale until I exposed him.
But he was trying to walk it. He was trying to walk it back, but he walked it back after being busted. And,
I busted his ass real good, and I hope people in the community take fucking notes. I hope people in the community take notes, because I'm tired of seeing Hexicans jumping online, just chomping at the bit of anything that looks remotely. I don't even know what to say. Like, I don't know how these guys just keep infiltrating the community and making everybody look foolish. Yeah. Like, people just need to exercise more diligence before engaging with these random people that pop out of nowhere.
Right.
Hey, Gary.
Ridiculous.
Yep. Gary, is there any other additional information you can share with us about your visit with Robert Kiyosaki?
Well, I'm going to do more detail in the next 5 days, 4 days, 5 days. There's going to be a lot more as far as that goes. I've got some streams set up with RG3, and basically there's a lot of dominoes that will fall. So I don't want to go too far into depth. I'll say that it was 4 days, a total of 4 days total. Very useful, very utilitarian. Some of it was more complex than Robert's prepared to engage in a social environment, but a sit down will happen. I've got all the roads paved for on camera stuff. So let me just hold off on answering a lot of that detail.
Thank you.
We got irons in the fire, and pots are being stirred.
Absolutely. I want to circle back to this. So your suicide prevention that you've been doing since we've known you, for years now. That is super cool. It looks like there's people who are interested, like Anon Jawa, that wants you to post. Why don't you post that on Twitter? Yeah, that address, and so people can donate to it for that charity. I think that is a great idea, guys. Anything we can do to make this world better. Absolutely.
There's people that donated. I had a different address, but it was, linked to me because I had to fund it with Ethereum and things like that to give the address and stuff like that earlier on. But so there's a different one that's in my very early streams as far as a link. But this address, if you go to Twitter, you know, following The Real God Whale, if you, it's all on his Twitter. It's a brand new Twitter account. He just made it because he was pissed off. And it's the only reason he made a new account and so forth. And I don't think he wants to be that public, but I don't think he'll take down that hash either. And all my stuff is there too, as far as the Ethereum, to confirm that his address is at least real. Yeah. And it will be anything that goes to it. I'm not soliciting you guys to jump in. I am saying that that is a charity wallet. I'm just going to pay Ethereum in 3 years to get it moved, or if it's Pulse Hex, it will duplicate. What he donated will duplicate. It'll be on Pulse Chain as well. But the address will be live, and it's 3 years from today, since today's the day he gave it, and I'm going to let that sit there. Basically, it's just validation that it's his account, and then he's serious. Like you just said, who else has 800,000 T shares staked? Basically, when there was no validation in the marketplace, is when he did that originally. He's the one that Richard talked about, saying, you know, throwing down 50 grand and said, "I'll see you in 15 years," and look at the value of it now. So. That's just validation, and you know, I think the charity cause is worthwhile. I don't want to go into it today, but I think the charity cause is worthwhile, and I think it's respectful for a lot of what crypto people go through.
Yeah, I'd love to do a stream with you on a Monday night with that, Gary. We can get into it in depth.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah. So what else happened this week, guys?
I look forward to hearing from more of you Hexicans what good you want to do in this world, because I've got a list longer than the business ideas I've already created, and Captain's like, no, stop. You got to work on the things we got on our plate already before you pick any new things up. So,
ain't that the
help it, man.
That's what every call starts like. He calls me, and so first I go, okay, have we talked about everything, or what kind of call is this going to be? I'm like, oh fuck, man, it's either going to cost me money or time. One of the two. So I pick it up, and all right, that's the new question now. So all right, what is it, money or time?
Yep. That's my new answer.
Oh man,
that's the greeting I get now. All right, money or time. So,
hello. Can you hear
no idea what the hell knock is? But thank you for the 50 knock. Yep, you don't to the documentary that.
Norwegian Krona.
Okay.
There you go. You're welcome.
Right on. Thank you, sir. Equals mega whale. That is for sure. It is a mega whale. Yep, 100 ETH to the documentary last night. It was freaking awesome.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Daraj. It sounded like you got the golden microphone out. Don't let me stop you.
Do it.
Am I audible?
You're good, man.
You got some serious reverb.
I feel like it was 70s concert. Wah, 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 wah.
That's the fun part of it. Everybody requested a song.
Yes, go ahead.
This is a Bollywood song. Luckily for you guys, it is in.
I did not understand that at all.
Let's have it.
I am a hunter, she wants to see my gun. But when I pull it out, why the woman start to run? I am a hunter, she wants to see my gun. When I pull it out, why the woman start to run? Beg me to see it, beg me to show it. But when I reveal it, she wants to run and hide. I am a... Oh,
was that it? Oh, okay.
No, there is a second.
That's weird. That's
Where?
This girl harassing me, she won't leave me alone. kind of behavior I really can't condone. That she's sorry, she just want to have fun. Then she asked me kindly if she can hold my gun. I am a hunter, she wants to see my gun. When I pull it out, why the woman start to run? Thank you. That was
Oh my
very-
God.
Woo! Great job. Buddy.
Where
Love
is
it.
Crypto Kool-Aid and Vinny Bilzerian? They need those
Smash
guys.
the likes for Duraj, guys. Smash the
You
likes.
heard
for
it here
Duraj.
first. A hunter and his gun.
Children of the
Hey,
Grave.
fantastic.
This is a dirty song, he said.
I gotta let you guys know, you usually only get this caliber of entertainment on Hexagents, by the way.
Yes.
So you guys need to be smashing those likes.
Oh, you better be. Guys. Yes.
We've
You know,
finally
I
brought
tune in.
entertainment to the effing hangout.
Right?
I love the Hex Asians is probably our funniest stream on the network. Most of the time, consistently the most.
No,
funniest.
it is.
It is by far.
It is by far.
And I tune in just to see if Duraj is going to give us some golden microphone action.
I turn it on in the morning just so that I can get some comic relief to get my
Yeah.
day started when they're on.
You know who is just clever in just a sly but great delivery fashion is middle class working man. He
Yes,
is
he's
just his delivery is just so calm and collective. But man,
He
is
drops it.
hilarious.
He like drops it before you don't know the mic's dropping, and then it drops. Boom.
Yep. Sure is.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I think that's the good part of the community, or it's really lucky to find people who share the same kind of weird humor that you like. So I've been really lucky to finding all you guys.
We're glad you finally came out of your shell. The first couple of streams you came on, your English wasn't as good as it is now, of course, and you would sit there in your doctor's office with your stethoscope on, and we'd kind of sit there and try and figure out what it was that you were saying, and then you'd kind of disappear on us because of the horrible internet connection. But you've really come out of your shell, Duraj, and your English is amazing now. And
You're not as critical of
I think
everything
I
that I say
already
anymore.
mentioned it. Actually, I had already mentioned it. Like the only purpose I stream is to get good with my English, because soon I will be traveling to the US. Probably. So probably get a work visa, displace some of the American workers there. So it's good for me.
That's what I thought. You worked in some strange monkey lab somewhere over there doing weird experiments on
Yeah,
things.
you told us you were a doctor and you worked in a lab, and then all of a sudden there was an outbreak and everybody was quarantined, and we were worried it was because of you, man.
Yeah. No, I shouldn't be saying this, but yeah, I work for a company that produces vaccine. I cannot mention much further, so that is why I usually don't comment on any of that stuff, and especially on YouTube, don't even mention those words.
Yeah.
Too late. But okay.
I've done it once or twice, I think, and I keep getting called out by Wales here. Hey, shut the fuck up, bro.
See, but since I think even since January 2020, if anybody asks for my opinion, I say we are all going to die. That's it.
He is a mad scientist. We're all going to die.
No, but all jokes apart, I had one kind of insight going on regarding the what you call one of the greatest wealth transfers that is happening in this crypto space specifically, and I'm not talking about Hexicans getting riches, like already a different thing, but it's regarding a kind of a stealing going on, and that is, I think everybody is aware of Ethereum and what Ethereum 2.0 and the latest ETH burning that is going on. So it's kind of how much ETH is being burned. From that, they have already burned more ETH, twice as much ETH than the rewards that have been given out to the stakers that have been staked for 2.0, and it's going to continue. And thing is, from my expectation, from what I see, the trend is going on. My expectation is that they will release ETH 2.0 after they have burned more ETH than that is staked in ETH 2.0, or at least 60 to 70% of that thing. Why? Because that is how they keep control of the Ethereum network. Because what exactly is happening? Whose Ethereum is getting burned? The ones who have it right now have bought it or mined it. So the basic ETH users are being diluted of their ETH in kind of a way. So they are trying to capture all the ETH that is out there and concentrate it into the hands of the Ethereum stakers. And this is kind of, I think, their idea from a long time, because like moving to proof of stake was a very old idea. And if you know the original hack, that is the DAO hack that occurred in, I think, 2014 or 15, why is it that only that hack was reversed? No other, even the parity hack that occurred, they did not roll back the chain. Why is it that only during that DAO hack was Ethereum chain reversed? It is because they already knew they are going to go to Ethereum proof of stake, and the ones who had wanted to keep control had their Ethereum in the DAO contract. So, and this is why we are moving to Pulse chain, because Ethereum has become a very corrupt system.
Yep.
Yes, it has.
Imagine that.
It is the new cabal for sure. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. And on Java, I'm right now not drinking Red Bull. I am minor ill.
Yeah, they won't hurt bulls out there.
Minor ill that is made from the tears of Bitcoin miners who sold their Bitcoin to pay for electricity.
Sounded like you said the miner's ale. Is that correct? I'm kidding.
No.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Got it.
MINER.
Miner ale. Yeah.
Never heard of that vodka orange, it says here.
We did get a good question from COTG earlier. Where is it at? Will Diraj be faster on Pulse Chain? I'm going to imagine faster and cheaper, way cheaper.
No.
1 cent transaction.
That is a good one.
I don't know if you have heard about the trilemma of cryptocurrency. So I have chosen to sacrifice speed for security. So Yeah, so it may not be faster, but it will be definitely. I will be definitely be more secure.
I love it, man. This is the best little riffs.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, another woman jumping on the FN Hangout. We've got our
Or
friend
so,
inviting.
assumably, or
No,
so
no.
she says.
Well, let her talk.
Oh, really? That's
I called you out last time. The first time you were on, I called you out. I said, all I'm looking at is an avatar. I got no proof that this is a lady.
And it works too. He's trying to use this reverse psychology to get me to dox myself. It's close, but so
Oh,
I
no.
got it.
That's the prettiest man's voice I ever heard.
Okay.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
You're just
That's
jealous.
with you in Vegas, bro.
Oh man! Oh my God, that's funny.
So, Inviting Freedom has a cool story for us. Tell us what happened to you, Inviting Freedom.
No, okay, so this is 100% true story. It might not be as cool to everybody else, but for me, we're still kind of like, I'm still wondering, like, am I being followed or is this some type of prank? So I called somebody to inquire about an apartment a couple days ago. And, she was talking to me. She's a real estate agent. And she's starting to ask me questions. And I'm like, yeah, and I have some, digital assets and stuff, just giving her the information to, rent the space. And she goes, oh, digital assets. She's like crypto? And I'm like, yeah, like crypto. And you know how sometimes we like say it because not everyone's like into crypto. And it's like, yeah, the crypto, And she goes, oh, yeah, this is exactly what she said to me. And this is exactly how much information I gave her. And I was just like, yeah, I have some digital assets. And she's like, oh, like crypto. I was like, yep, like crypto. And she goes, yeah, I bought that Pulse. And I said, Pulse. And I was like, wait, do you mean
I saw your tweet. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was like, wait, hold on. Pulse, like Richard Hart's Pulse? And she goes, yeah, the guy who did Hex. I got that Pulse. I
Wow.
put it in for the sacrifice. And I was like,
nice.
That's interesting because out of 7.7 billion people in the world, like that's pretty cool. And she goes, wait. So it gets better. She goes, oh, yeah, no, I got in because my son went in. He put everything into it, $1 million. I said, what? She goes, he went and got rid of everything and he went all in, $1 million. And I'm like, you're kidding. And she's like, nope. She's like, and that's why he got me and my husband, we're older and we sacrificed for our other kids. So true story. And I was like, wow. So now it even gets even creepier. Out of 7.7 billion people in the world, we're talking to, the top 5,000, like me and you, like 5,000 people in the world. And I'm thinking to myself, all right, someone found out who I am, and this is a prank. They set it up. They knew I was looking for an apartment, but no. So now I'm like super paranoid.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my story.
You're definitely from New York after hearing that one.
So my mom's a real estate agent. I wonder if it was her.
I have a really cool real estate story to tell everybody too. I haven't told anybody yet, but today, so I'm going to look at some new homes tomorrow, and I'm just shopping around. I'm just looking. I'm not ready to buy anything, but
you can kick some tires.
I'm gonna go kick some tires, some really nice tires, and
yes, they are.
So the realtor that I'm talking to, we actually got into so these places, they want you to be pre-qualified before you even go look at them. So you can't. They don't put a sign up in front of these houses so you can walk into them or whatever, right? So he says we got to get you pre-qualified and all that, and I said, well, let's talk about that. I want to see what that's going to look like, because here's the story. And I gave him the story, and he was like, "Whoa, I'm way into crypto." Of course, he's way into crypto, right? So I'm like, okay, here we go. Let's talk to this guy. Of course. So he's totally into the whole crypto scene. Let's just say, but smart. He's financially he understands. He's not the realtor. He's actually it's a team, and he's actually the money part of it. So he's the broker. But what he was telling me is that they're starting to do things like, hey, look, so we can take a wallet and take a snapshot of it, take a picture of it, and look at that and use that. Because I guess last year he actually sold a home, straight up trade for Bitcoin. So they brokered the deal, and the guy from overseas actually bought the house straight with Bitcoin, and they just did a trade, and that was it. And because they couldn't get the finance going, they couldn't get it working, they couldn't get the banks to deal with it and all that, so they just did a straight swap Bitcoin for the house.
Imagine that.
So it happened. It actually worked. So I said, we got to sit down and talk, because now they're talking about, because these things are starting to happen, that they can literally like, okay, well, let's look at your asset and let's look at what that asset looks like. And I started talking to him about Hex and said, hey, look, this is a store of value. It's an immutable contract. But when he was very, very interested, he's like, wow. So we're talking DeFi then, right? And I was like, oh, okay, this guy actually does understand what he's talking about. And, so I'm going to have a good conversation with these folks, and I want to see if we can start putting some real estate deals together where you don't have to bring in a bank middleman, and you can, verify it with a wallet, or with
I'm writing this down, RG. This is our new business venture. When do we
No.
Monday? We start Monday,
right? So anyway, that was my story. This guy, my realtor team, they wanted to see the wallet in order to verify funds. And I thought, wow, that was cool. That was really cool. Instead of going through the bank and everything, we can take a snapshot of the wallet and start showing you homes. Pretty awesome.
Yep.
Can we use Staker app and I could put the Godwell's address in?
Right. I guess you'd have to probably maybe, in order to verify it, send a little bit to a wallet or something and make sure that it's yours, type of thing. That would be the way to kind of verify it. Just like we did with the God whale today.
I hear you now, whales only. Thank you for the 55, sir. Can you hear me now? I love it.
So
I only talked about this a year ago.
Yep.
I mean, people just need to, catch up to reality. Nobody cares about the past. Get in tune with what's coming. Period.
And here's another whales quote: "Money goes where it's treated best." That is a true fact.
Just listen to what's real, and you'll be all right. Keep following what happened in the past, and you will get wrecked. Fact, not opinion.
Yep. Here's our guy. He's in the chats. Jay, feel free if you want. We can even send you. You have access to it, but regardless, let's go ahead and put it in here if you want to join us, Jay. This is our operations guy, our marketing and operations guy. He's making all the magic happen. He's the one that clipped up the all of the interview with Clay and RG, essentially allowing Clay to talk out of the side of his mouth about integrity, and then followed up with all kinds of evidence again that was contrary to what was being said on this stream. So thanks, Jay, for putting that together, man. That was awesome.
Hello. By the way,
on that topic real fast, since RG3 had said something about Staker app, can you reaffirm? I saw that Steph had replied to your tweets, and it was about using Staker app versus ranking sites. I know that makes us outside of the viewership. It's kind of like when we said we're all going to go to Twitch, or we're all going to go to DLive or whatever. It's kind of a thought. Do you participate with where the eyes are, or do you say, hey, those eyes are just leading you blind? They're stabbing content out of your eyeballs. What are your thoughts, RG3?
I think that right now it's really about patience, because look, Bitcoin had to come out and show everybody what cryptocurrency was. It had to. It did. It had to. And it took it years for people to adopt it, start to use it, and then turn it into the shit show that it is. Hex is a completely different product than cryptocurrency. It is not cryptocurrency. It is not what Bitcoin is. It is not what Ethereum is. It is completely separated from it. I've settled that in my mind this week, that We have to launch completely different, because we will have our own road to drive on, which will be Pulse Chain. We don't even have to worry about what Ethereum's done. Look, so Bitcoin came out, showed that cryptography can work to peer-to-peer transactions. Ethereum came out and said, okay, now you can program money. And all Hex did was come out with a better way to do it, and did it and created something completely different than cryptocurrency. Hex is not a cryptocurrency. It is not. It is completely different. And we need to start teaching people that. It's unique. It has nothing to do with those ranking sites. It has nothing to do with crypto, with none of the furus, with none of the people that are out there promoting all of that crap. We are not related to meme coins in one iota, other than we have a cryptographic signature and they have a cryptographic signature. That's the only thing that we have in common with them. That's it, that we use the same security model. Hex is superior in its security model. Hex is superior in how it operates and functions as a financial product. And that's where we need to go. We need to take this completely to the public differently. And we need to separate ourselves from crypto 100%. I'm with Wales on this one. He's been saying this for a long time, and I've been listening to it, and he is absolutely 100% right. We need to just, I don't even want to fight with those people. I just want to ignore them, and I want to go and do our thing. We need to do our thing. And I think that's where the Hex community is at. We need to quit looking at that closed door. See, when a door closes, another one opens, and you're supposed to go into the open door is how you're supposed to look at life. A lot of people will stand there and look at the closed door and try and kick it back in. Guys, the crypto door is closed. We are not part of it. We're done with that. Turn around and walk through the open door. See the opportunity in front of us as Hexicans, and what we've got to go out there and show the world that there's something different now. It's not crypto, it's Hex, and it's going to be Pulse that it's going to ride on, and that's where we need to take it.
Now, RG, I would usually jump here and correct you, because everything else is honestly a promise coin, and Hex is the only crypto. However, I do like the way you're thinking, because we're just saying fuck all that, because it actually doesn't matter. At the end of the day, what matters is the latest tech, and that's it.
Yep.
Right? What you call it is irrelevant. It could be dog shit. It's still better than everything that exists, period, end of story.
Yep.
So
you're 100, man. It's completely different. It's like the new launch when Bitcoin came out. It was a new currency. It was different than PayPal. It was different than everything else that was starting to happen. And that's what it did. And it had to make its own way. Well,
That's
Hex
right.
is also different than all of those things. Yes, it took some ideas from those things, but Bitcoin took ideas from fiat and from cryptography. So Hex has taken all of those ideas and the ideas that Bitcoin brought and changing it again. The game has changed. Hex has changed the game. And we as Hexicans are the ones that need to bring that to the world, because that's what the cypherpunks did. They brought Bitcoin to the world. Well, that's who we are. And we all better start acting like it and quit worrying about that other bullshit that's out there and fighting with all that crap and fighting with all the other coins and the meme shit and forget it. We've got something else to do, something more important. We've got to show the world Hex. We've got to show them what it is, because it's not crypto. It is not crypto.
It's superior in every way, shape, and form.
And that's why we got to come up with a word to describe what it is instead of what it isn't.
A superior financial asset. You're welcome. I've been saying this since day one. If you would listen, you probably know that.
Oh, yeah, I know. That's more than
why
one
you got to
word.
poke everybody in the eye all the time,
No,
Wales?
man, fuck that, man. Fuck that. Like, how many times do we have to say the same thing? This is part of the problem with people. They're too busy looking at what's shiny and not focusing on what matters, right? Whether it's a real estate deal or whatever, it doesn't matter. Hex is superior. Everything that we'll be doing for the rest of our lives will revolve around trying to obtain more Hex. Why? Because nothing is going to outperform it. Nothing has and nothing will. And that's just, come on. The consistency. Find it somewhere else. I'll wait.
Yeah. No,
I'll wait.
we've got to. So repetition is the master here. We've got to continue to repeat what Hex is to everybody. We've got to keep doing that. We've got to keep saying it over and over and over again until the message is clear. It's different. Hex is different. It is not crypto. It is a completely different animal. It is Hex. And people are saying Bitcoin. When they talk crypto, they talk Bitcoin. Well, now it's time to talk about something else, and it's Hex. Period. Hex is different. Hex is its own thing. You've got to understand it. So you better, get into the community and find out what it's about, because Hex is different.
All the way different.
So I want to circle back to what Funding Jim asked. What his original question asked was.
Did I not answer
I talked to Steph today, and we talked about calculating market cap and putting it on the main menu of Staker and pointing everyone there. And he said, we don't really want to be responsive. We want to be proactive to what's coming, and that's why they're focused on Pulse Chain instead of market cap, because most of the people are over 1/3 of the new users on Staker are no coiners, and they don't know better. They don't know to look at the coin market cap anyway. So it's not a functional metric for them. And most of us that understand that it's not a fun. So he says, what are we going to do? Build features for OG Hexicans that are already in Hex? That doesn't make sense. We want new user adoption. So, and the market cap isn't relevant to new people, to no coiners. That
it's not relevant at all, actually.
Yeah,
it's not,
it is.
it's not,
and you and I know
not,
that, and that's
you and I
know that, and that's the same conversation that Steph and I said. And he said, and I said, yeah, I just, it'd be nice if we had it, just because there are those who, for some reason, still think it is a relevant metric. And he said, yeah, we're not wasting our time with that. We're taking our time to build.
We shouldn't. We shouldn't.
Yep.
Yeah.
The only reason I even thought that to wean all of the people off of it, put the number up there for a while and let them look at it and stare at it. But it means nothing. And you know what? Making it disappear is more than likely the best way to just do it. You got an infected, limb, don't just let it rot and fall off. Chop that bitch off, right?
That's it.
Get rid of the gangrene.
Get rid of the gangrene.
Thanks, Alan, for the $5. People that want money now won't be around tomorrow, and the description is better than what they have. Money is a tool, not an end game. Money is a tool, not an end game.
There you go.
It.
Spoken like a pro.
I like that. Yep. And Dorsey, would total value lock be a good rating metric? Yes and no. Because there's a lot of rug pull scammy bullshit that has a lot of total value locked up too. So it would have to have a better metric than just the total value.
Well, again, why even have a metric when we're talking about one asset? All that other shit that's coming over here is still the same old shit, man.
I think the legitimate APY and the ability to buy and sell into APY. It is enough to sell most people on it. Hey, look, APY. There's a liquid market. More than you're ever going to be able to buy or sell is on there, unless you're freaking God whale. And it creates a passive income that you're not going to get anywhere else. Try becoming a real estate investor and get the money this easy. I just got my statement for my investment properties today, and we had some freaking repairs. And it wasn't toilet repairs, but I had to pay for some repairs. I'm like, man, that was not nearly as consistent as the income that I got every day from my T-shares. So it's just superior to everything out there as far as I'm concerned.
Well, what I think people should learn to do is, of course, I still believe in Hex, Pulse Chain, all the narrative of Richard Hart products, the community, the growth. I think that validation is coming on a daily basis from people that have been savvy in long history, whether it's inside the community already and we have built businesses or influence and things like that, or new people coming into the fold. I still preach that you should not. I don't think that you should retire and just live off of your gains, even if you are participating regularly with Hex. If you're doing it every day, streaming all the time, I make exception for people like Valiant Brand. I think that his contribution is amazing. I think he does amazing stuff. He participates in every single stream. He gives away far more he's very relatable to a certain sector. And I really appreciate, even though he is retired, at 22 or 23 or whatever he is. He still builds a business around stuff too. He still learns. He wants to learn the real estate game. He wants to learn basic asset protection and things like that in the real world too, not just your wallet and hardware wallet relationships and things like that. So I still want people to learn from this community, entrepreneurism in general, and live off of that work too, instead of only the stakes or only the hex or the pulse chain appreciation and value.
I love this, Hex Toys. Thank you for the 50 pounds. Man, you are just super generous.
Laying it on us.
Yep,
Wow.
I appreciate you, Sai. All we need to do is get users into Staker. All our focus is on new users with game-changing advertising techniques. New blood is the target. Premium onboarding is the key. The rest is organic. Once they play, they stay. I believe
There
that.
you go.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Got a chart for that.
I'm excited to meet Sai in about a month. Really excited. I've been looking forward to meeting him in person for a long time, and he's a little camera shy, but he's definitely an amazing support for the community.
I love it, dude. That's so cool.
It would seem to me that the final thing that we need to accomplish, the final hurdle that we need to overcome to really get adoption from the average, granny or average Joe. Most of the people I meet still don't have cryptocurrency wallets in reality. It's because they don't want to. They don't want to get a Coinbase, and they don't want to send Ethereum to a MetaMask and then try to buy Hex. We need a fiat on-ramp and off-ramp directly on Staker, however it's got to be. But I feel like that's the final hurdle before we truly snip the umbilical cord of being attached to crypto. Because I agree that we are different in every way, except for you have to go through all the other crypto steps to get to us. And I feel like that's the final wall that needs to be broken down.
Yeah.
And it's coming. It's coming.
I'm looking forward to that.
Same here.
So one thing I wanted to go ahead. Man.
Oh,
did we lose Wales?
Yeah, he just dropped.
Rugged.
And he's gone.
Totally rugged. I knew that guy was going to rug.
The police got him.
I knew it. It was just a matter of time.
Hey, Swearworks is in the chat. So good to see you, bud. And we early as fuck, guys. We early as fuck. Nice you dropping by, buddy.
I was just thinking about that 3-year commitment for your charity there funding, Jim. The Godwell 7777. When it's $100 Hex, man, that's a pretty healthy amount to go towards battling suicide, and that's awesome.
There's people that staked when Hex was a tenth of a penny.
Yeah.
And they did to the same charity wallet, not that charity wallet, a different charity wallet to the same charity. And yeah, they've had phenomenal gains. I mean, the number is really good. So when it was $50 or $30 that they were throwing in, and it's significant now. So yeah, I'm happy about that.
Heck yeah. I know I wish I had bought more.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, I think that's everyone's thoughts. Jeez.
Yeah. Dude, I calculate what I
don't do it. Don't even say
I could have been Let's just say that.
Let's again, a lot of us like to say we were early. A lot of people feel like they might have missed some boat. I sold a property for $2.4 million. I took $800,000. I bought it 42 cents, 41 cents whenever we were in Atlanta that night, right? So, and I'm super happy about it. Why? Because it's staked. And also because I did the math that was equivalent to buying Hex at 13 cents because of the staking mechanism. We kind of discount that. We kind of talk about the appreciation. We talk about the chart. We look at the movement, and we look at that almost like it's any other kind of token. But really, that staking mechanism is the Nobel quality kind of innovation. It really is. You need to look at the math in a different way. And I think Wales talks to this all the time. Obviously, Kareem and things like that talk about, your dream account and this kind of stuff. But I really want to reiterate that on Pulse Chain also when it launches. People are going to, if we don't step well to education without feeling like we're browbeating people, they will do what we did. And I know that I watched in 2019 people making first 3 month stakes and thinking that's a long term, restaking further out to go past the big payday. And I did too. I broke a lot of stakes so that after the 50% mark, so that I could stake out significantly longer. And then we saw people, because transactions were cheap and maybe they wanted to be glued to a laptop every single day. I don't berate them, but I know those mistakes. And those mistakes are probably going to play out again on Pulse Chain. That people are going to say that they want to fill in their staking ladder and they want to have daily money coming out. Do you really want to be tied? Do you really want to shortcut the compounding effect of being a daily stake coming out person? I really think you should evaluate that stuff. So it really is our responsibility as OG to say, hey, this is where I fucked up. This is where I wish I had done it differently, because it will play out again.
So what my thought process is, just like you said, I am not trying to get as much hex as I can. I'm trying to get as much T-shares as I can. I need to get more T-shares. Every time I look at a stake that's coming due, I'm thinking, okay, how much of that am I restaking and how long am I restaking that? How many T-shares can I maximize on this versus, how much yield can I pull from this? I'm looking at the minimum amount of yield that I can pull from it. I've set my financial lifestyle up to where I can live off of the minimum amount of my stakes coming out, to where my lifestyle is going to be paid for by the minimum amount of hex that I can actually have to cash out. How many other things can I put in place that will pay me? How many businesses, how many things can I put in place that will pay me so that I don't have to spend my hex, so that I don't have to waste my T-shares, so that I can create more for the future? Even at the age I'm at, I'm not looking at cashing them out. I'm looking at creating more value, more wealth, and getting as many T-shares. And that needs to be the message to Hexicans out there. If you're liquid, you're making a mistake. You're not doing hex right. Now, I'm not saying that there isn't a time to have liquid. I'm not saying that you shouldn't cash out. What I'm saying is that you should be maximizing your T-share value. And that's what your focus should be. How can I maximize my T-share value and survive and live in the style and fashion that I want to live in?
I'll say that also to that. I have liquidity events every so often. Once a year or so, I will have a liquidity event. I'll sell cars. I'll sell a house or real estate related thing. I'll transfer or sell a business, right? So every year or year and a half, I have a windfall kind of thing. And then with that, I decide, okay, how much of this do I need to sustain myself if I want to be in a cash position and kind of hedged, which you really shouldn't be in cash. I mean, I don't think I should be in cash. I do want to have things that are paying me to hold them. But and then that's what that most recent buy was in Hex about 6 weeks ago. And liquidity position gives you a lot. It gives you more time for your asset, no matter what it is: real estate, gold, oil contracts, forex stuff. To me, I'm a long hold kind of personality, and that's just the strength. I think people should look at quarterly, annually, biannually kinds of mentality in Hex, Pulse Chain, and anything that's Richard's touched, because those are sound principles.
Hey guys, there is something here that could be very bullish for Hex by the end of the year. There's a person on Twitter. Yes,
that's rare.
Something to add to the list.
Okay.
There's a guy on Twitter who goes by the name of Red and White India. He says the Mt. Gox court decision to release the funds November 20th, 150,000 Bitcoin. And one of the people who responded to that is a girl named Marion. She's a Hexican. She was in Vegas. And she responded by saying, my coworker just told me today he received an email saying he will get his Bitcoin. Plus, during the time it was hacked, it was forked, so he would also get his Bitcoin cash. Good Christmas for them. And Red and White said, yeah, I'm very happy because when the market dumps, Hex pumps hard. Hex to $2 end of year. So if that happens, that's just one more bullish signal.
Hmm. How long have we been hearing about Mount Gox coin being released?
I don't know. I haven't.
Yeah, so
I
hope it's true, but I don't count on it. Let's see.
Yeah, but it seems inevitable. Eventually, time keeps ticking. It's going to happen.
well,
If not,
the,
something else will come along.
the only reason I mention it is because of Marion's response.
I mean, it's a threat vector, and I understand it's like, what is it, 170,000 Bitcoin or something like that? Is
Well,
that what that
this
is?
says 150.
Okay, so it's 150,000. Winklevoss have 100,000. Draper has 100,000. The guy from Uber and Google, Charmoff, has 100,000 plus. So you always have the threat. I mean, I understand Mt. Gox is a brand and it's a name and it's an idea that people will sell into the market because when they lost their Bitcoin, it was worth tiny.
Yeah.
So the idea is that now that these quote unquote plebs have been waiting for all this time for their gain, and they're going to market dump it. That's the mentality, I guess.
Yeah, I mean that seems
threat vector.
Yeah,
I think this Dane for the whole situation is what could lead to that actually materializing and seeing a dump, because a lot of people are disgruntled from that. They're still feeling the pain from that. For a lot of people, they don't take the time to actually learn about what the right thing to do would have been in that scenario or whatever the case is. A lot of people are very hell bent on fast money and I got screwed out of my money and yada yada, right? And this kind of ties back to what we were talking earlier about, like, how we should be presenting Hex to people or whatever the case is. And I think the word narrative is dangerous. I think we need to step away from using that word with regards to Hex, because there is no narrative for Hex. It just is, right? Bitcoin needs a narrative. Ethereum needs a narrative. All these shit coins need a narrative. The Promise Coin space needs a narrative. Hex is just Hex. It's the superior financial asset. There's nothing else to replicate it, nothing else to replace it. So I think that speaking about it properly is going to help people understand it quicker than using some narrative bullshit, which is just what everybody else does. So I think the idea should be to explain to people that this is technology. This is not what you're used to. This is not what you think you need to be having. This is what you must have. I mean, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine yesterday, college buddy. And this guy, he fucking puts money in VC crap and all this dumb shit. And I'm like, so how you doing with all that compared to your Hex that's only been in your, bank for a year? And it's not comparable. Literally not comparable. And this is a guy that's doing VC deals and all this dumb shit. So again, was that?
Go ahead. I thought you were almost finished. Let me say something
Oh,
after you.
no worries. So, again, it's just math. If you don't sit there and help people understand the simplicity of what's going on here, and you stick to things like narratives or ideas or just, marketing gimmicks, you're going to get left behind. You're going to have people get left behind because you're not telling them what matters. And what matters is the consistency in the system and how it never ceases to do what it's supposed to do, right? When you're buying a building or a stock or any asset, there's concern, there's downside risk. There's not any consistency there, period. That doesn't exist here. Therefore, we need to be careful about what the message is that we're relaying, because people have to realize this is not what they're used to. That's the most important thing. So I think making that clear should be step number one, because this is how I start with every conversation. Do you know what crypto is? Everybody says, yeah. And I'm like, no, you don't. Let me tell you. It's math and code. Well, it's true. It's true. I know it's funny, but it's true.
It's funny to us because
it's amazing. It's Wells, I absolutely, I laugh because it's just so awesome, and it's just, a testament of who you are, and I really appreciate it. I hate to steal your thunder right now, but
no.
I have to tell you, I also want to talk on this because I think it is really important what you're saying and what RG was saying before. If we could start, like some sort of like I guess maybe if someone can come up with, and you know, who it could be anybody, like almost maybe a guide or some type of educational campaign, just to get the regulars, the people who have no idea about crypto, they don't know, to get them, you know, people. So they can understand, they could relate to what's, you know, like important, like talk about finances and stuff, and then we could teach them. I mean, I had my entire hair salon. There are 4 women, and we got on the topic of crypto, and now me and my love, we're going and we're holding a little, you know, crypto party for them, just to teach them the basics and to, you know, hopefully onboard them to Hex. You know, I'll bring that up later. But I mean, if we could set this up so everybody could do it, all Hexicans can do it, something simple, something that can be, you know, what is it, replicated easily.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
duplicated.
Yeah.
Let me,
And so let me jump in real quick because Wales smashed my narrative word.
Sorry.
So what I mean by that, so that everybody understands what narrative means. Narrative is a story. A narrative is a story, and that I'm a storyteller. That's what I do. So my narrative about Hex is the history of it, what we've done, where we came from, what has happened today, and what's happening in the future. There are facts that show that Hex is going to do what Hex is going to do. And we're the storytellers. We're the ones here that traveled the road. We're the history. We are the ones that lived through it. We were here before it was Hex. We were here when Hex came out. We were here when everybody was beating on us about it. We were here when they called us scammers. We were here. So there's a story to be told here about what this thing looked like from the beginning until where we are at today. So that's what a narrative is. It's a story. So Hex has a story. Now, the vernacular, a whole different way of talking about things. The vernacular is what we need to figure out. We need to start speaking like what Wales is saying. Do you know crypto? No, you don't. You don't know Hex. Let me talk to you about Hex. Let me talk to you about what this is, what a real programmable money looks like, and how it's different than crypto. Because crypto is a fucking shit show. And we've said that from day one here. That is a circus out there. Crypto has turned into a circus. And if it wasn't for Hex, because of Hex, I was able to get my money out of crypto and into a real financial product, because my money was not doing anything in crypto. I didn't want to have anything to do with it. Hex is completely different. I feel my money is, not only is it safe, but it's growing. And like Wales just said, everybody should have some. If you don't have Hex in your portfolio, you're making a huge, huge mistake. It's going to be a diversification. I mean, it'll probably be the major diversification tool that people use, next to, properties and all these other things that they'll have. But Hex is going to be in your portfolio. Period. End of story. It will be. It will be.
Let me, before we get too far from the topic that Wales had thrown up, or not Wales, Tim had brought up, the idea, the meme, this is going to be a moment where things are going to go down. The idea, the meme, this is the moment where things go up. Just humans reading and digesting what they want to consume out of a pot, right? And so it's either FUD or it's FOMO. And what you had said about, which we've heard for years, is Mt. Gox is going to release from the trustee, and it's going to dump 150,000 Bitcoin on the market. I have a question. My question is, what does the number 328,500 mean to you? What is that number? 328,500. What does that mean? Does it have any relevance to anybody?
Number of holders in Hex? Maybe?
No. 328,500 Bitcoin gets sold into the market every year because 900 per day is produced by miners. So
good one.
Twice as much as Hex, or twice as much as Mt. Gox releases into the marketplace as sell down pressure. Twice as much each year. Every 6 months, Mt. Gox releases in sell down pressure on the Bitcoin marketplace. So does that make you feel bullish or bearish? Right? So it's very interesting that we have so many things that work well for Hex. It doesn't matter the network. It's great that Pulse Chain comes along, but the proof of stake element, the finished product element, the The fact that it's a smart contract is transparent. The fact that it's a community of 60,000 people that are pretty active, pretty darn active, or more, that are just staked and check on it every so often, right? So it just is a meme. And I was explaining this to my mom and my grandparents earlier, actually, because they're not interested in crypto, honestly. They're fond of seeing me every so often. And they said, what do you do now? Like, I do something different every couple of years. And I said, well, I'm doing this. And then they don't understand. I love them to death, but the idea of a stock certificate seems like it's very normal because you hear about it all the time in the news. It's on every news channel that talks about finance. Warren Buffett bought this stock. Tesla did this and their stock went up. Apple is doing this and their stock went up or went down or whatever, right? Stock is just a meme. It's just an excuse for you to hold a piece of paper. That's all it is. It has no relationship, almost no relationship to even the sales of the company or the health of the company or the vitality of the company. Because the money from sale of that Apple iPhone doesn't end up, unless it's a dividend, and it's a tangent that it's a dividend paying, but it's just an excuse. When you launch a brand new company and you issue shares of stock, it's an excuse to feel like you're on the home team for the football team. You say, hey, I'm going to be on this side of the stadium because I'm supporting this college team. And I'm going to be on that side of the stadium because I'm on the other side of the college team. That's really all it is. It's a piece of paper. It's not even a piece of paper. Most of the time it's a ledger entry. But it just says, I feel good because I'm quote unquote participating. I'm a stockholder. I'm a shareholder. You realize that the company itself that issues those shares holds usually the majority. They dilute themselves down over time and they sell into the market appetite for that, the audience that wants to be on that team. That's all it is. There's no relationship, but yet people buy and they speculate. And I'm not saying that they shouldn't, because that company can use the capital from selling into that market, into that appetite for maybe growing their company or something along those lines. But you don't have a direct relationship. And it's kind of the same thing with the meme of a token, the meme of a blockchain that pays more of itself to its shareholders or its staker class. It's a meme. And the more that we understand that, the better off will we be psychologically, because everybody behaves this way. All humans behave this way.
Great point, Fun Jim, because the whole market space, regardless actually of what the asset is, and I'm sure you can continue to expound on this, is the fact that everything revolves around sentiment, right? How confident are people? How much confidence is there, or how little confidence is there? If there's a lot of confidence, people are going to buy. If there's no confidence, people are going to sell. This is why inconsistency or the lack thereof, what's the word I'm looking for here? Visibility, right? Visibility with respect to that meme or that narrative or that story that we're talking about here with respect to the stock, because it's just like Funny Jib said, all of those sales that they make, they're just going to an accounting document. Like, there's no actual tabulation of what's real and what's not, because even the accounting rules don't want you to show what's real and what's not. So it's it's taking all of these things into the equation that helps you realize, like, that it's exactly that. If the market is highly confident, right, sentiment is high, then people are going to be feeling good. People are going to be spending money frivolously. This is why when everybody was hex flexing fucking 2 months ago, right, and all of a sudden it stopped once a dip happened. Same thing.
Yeah, it stopped really, really fast.
Mm-hmm. Same thing. Sentiment check. That's why I always talk about sentiment checks, and I haven't talked about it in a long time, but this is the same thing, right? And it's obvious, right? But it's not obvious if you're not used to thinking of things that way. But the more people listen, the more they will learn, the more they will see, and the more they will realize that it is all about confidence and how people view things. Like, for example, how is our staking average so high? Well, that's because we understand, and then on top of that just further compounds the price action that we're getting, because we have the confidence in the math and code.
Yeah,
it's simple,
Yeah, I found myself so when we were pumping, my dreams went like started expanding, right? You know, I started thinking about some really cool shit, you know. Now I'm very conservative. I'm not spending any money. I'm not doing anything. Like, you know, you've seen it. I've got an ice machine, a coffee maker, and some grain gutters in my house. And so
Hold on. Did you ever
Flex.
hold on?
Flex.
I want to know if you ever got those knives. Remember those knives we was talking about a while back?
Okay. So I did get some knives. My kitchen is well stocked now. Let's just say, you know, I'm a foodie, so yeah, I did get some knives, so we can put them on there. Anyway, there's some good knives, but my dreams were really expanding, you know, and I was really like, oh wow, you know, at 60 cents, you know, we're looking like things are looking really, really different. You know, how is this year gonna pan out? And then as the dip happened, my world started to shrink, you know, and now this is just thought process. And so it started to deflate my view of how my life was going to look. So I can imagine how people are feeling who flexed and who dumped money or put themselves in a situation where they were relying on that pump. So, you know, you've got to be really, really careful about how you flex and how you spend your money and how you look at this and really think about it and really budget yourself in and out of Hex, of your gains, because it could put you in a situation. It could.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think people, I mean, this is kind of why I went through this whole spiel of trying to explain to people an asset versus a liability, or a speculative asset versus a non-speculative asset, which means it's an actual asset. People need to understand the difference, because, you know, you really don't want to sell what you don't need to be selling.
Exactly.
Right. And I think people really miss that, because everybody wants to think like they know what they're talking about, or they have knowledge that is just non-existent. So what do I mean? Well, look at the story we just discussed about the real estate that you were talking about earlier, RG.
Mm-hmm.
What they do? Look at your little staker app or whatever, and they're like, yeah, you're good, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't even have to sell a single motherfucking hex. Not one. Now, I've been talking about this shit for eons already at this point. So people just need to stop lying to themselves, thinking that they know, and really start learning. Like, dive into a book, Google some shit. Seriously. Because I'm not here spelling or spreading any lies. These are things that are real. And if you don't take the time to find out whether they are or not, then you're just going to get left behind like everybody else, man. You really have to sit down, put in that work, and educate yourself, because if you don't, others will eat your lunch. And trust me, we're out here ready.
So to the point, as far as HexFlex stuff, things like that, keep in mind that this community is different, in my opinion, than the degenerate gambler, 21-year-old in crypto from 2017. Most of us, especially the ones on camera, have multiple businesses. Most of us have assets before Hex existed. And there might be confidence to say, hey, it's time to let go of that thing that was non-performing and take a percentage of that and put it into something that overperforms, like Hex and Pulse Chain, but still take some of that percentage and flex, right? Somebody gets a nice car, someone buys, I honestly don't like Hermes. I'm not a fan, but I bought $1,000 belt. And I was going to an event where billionaires that are outside of crypto often are around, and becomes a conversation piece. Kurkowski got a little bit of shit because he got a Rolex, right? But he is also affiliating inside of a community that is all multimillionaires outside of crypto. And so to some degree, this, you know, the things that people don't like about Richard flexing brand stuff, it still punches through. It still is a conversation starter for people that are inside those communities that pay attention to those things that signal. It's social signaling. That's all it is. And so I have to say that I've sold things, and a majority has gone into crypto, Hex specifically, Pulse Chain. Some of it goes to support marketing. There's a little bit of shit. Actually, I'm going to push a little bit. I love Joker. Joker's great, and he started a Twitter thing about people that were Hex flexing, and and the idea that they might be selling down the price. And he was saying something like, or some others were saying, you should put money into marketing. Why don't you guys pull together and put money into marketing? What the fuck do you think we've been doing for 2 years, dude? Like, what do you think we've been doing with our money, right? I know that I have spent around $100,000 just in marketing in 2 years. Just in marketing, just in going to these places, affiliating with these people.
You cheap motherfucker, you.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
all
a
you
cheap fucker.
contributed.
Yeah.
That's
You do more for
it.
the community.
That's it. That's it. We're having a
No,
talk.
I'm on the
after stream
outside.
there, buddy.
and I can speak honestly, truthfully, with integrity. That's not Hex money, dude. That's not Hex money that gets sold to support those kinds of marketing budgets on the behalf of my bag and yours. So when you see people on screen and you see the Hex Flex stuff, sometimes I'm like, that might be misinterpreted. They're going to think that's selling down the price because the price dips. Pull back and look at the bigger picture about what everybody does inside this community.
Nice. Hey, welcome, DMT.
Hey, what's up, fellas? Decided to pull over this time instead of driving and streaming, right? I'm all about safety, you know. But you know, I bought the dip. I'm a new Hexican. I bought the dip. I didn't understand why everybody's freaking out about on Twitter. Really, I mean, you know, and I was listening to Wales a lot. That made me have to rethink my staking ladder process here. You know, it's like the generational wealth that he talks about. It's like, you know, I mean, does anybody not think that Hex is going to go to $100 within a year or two, maybe 5 years at the most, and then up to 500 to 1,000 and onward and upward? What does anybody care if it's 28 cents right now or if it's 17 cents? I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me if you're a staker.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It really
Pretty ridiculous. Yeah, very ridiculous.
Yeah.
But it's unit bias for all the new folks is what it is. You know, we've spent 2 years going to 28 cents. You know, here we are 2 years later and we're 28 cents.
Yeah. But
that time that we've spent doing
that was like a 5,000x to get to 28 cents, man. Like, people got to think.
Yep. Exactly right.
You know, like like you guys are not thinking. Right, like I remember when I first came on the scene.
That's exactly. That's on the button, dude.
Fuck
How did
you,
you know that
I'm
already?
fucking thinking. I'm always thinking.
I've been here
as much as I can. I'm always
in his head already. That was 5,000x. That's exactly.
I've been taking them fucking nootropics pills, man. I'm thinking.
How did he have that number? That is right on the dot. 28 cents divided by 0.0005640.
Yeah,
it's 5,000. That is on the
He's
dot.
a
And that's
math guy,
without
bro. He's a quant.
That's just coin.
Yeah,
but that's the thing, right? It's like everybody's crying about a price, but nobody's looking where the price came from. Like, we're talking about 4 or 5 zeros to no zeros. People need to learn to assess the situation and not just run their mouth or cry for no reason.
No zeros. Yeah,
it's crazy, man. I mean, look, when I came on the scene, I was talking dollar figures, and everybody was looking at me like I was a psycho, right? I mean, people didn't think 10 cents was possible in 2021.
No, just kidding.
I remember early Wales for sure.
It's true.
Oh shit, man! We talked about $17,000 Hex on this show.
Well, when I came on, you guys weren't even trying to hear 25-cent Hex, so I don't know.
Oh, I do.
I'll give you guys an idea.
You weren't here when we were talking about, $33 Hex.
Oh, that's true. We were talking.
We were
33
cent Hex by the end of 2020.
I do remember that.
Hey, I'll give you guys an idea. I've been out of the game for like a month. Down with the vid, had the vid.
Oh, no.
So Montana Coiner knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, last time we were on, Captain, I told you I wasn't feeling well.
Yeah, I didn't know that was what happened.
Yeah, that's happened. And it's so funny because, I mean, I have not checked in really, probably 2% on like the Twitter feeds and that type of stuff. But I saw the price going down, and people crying and complaining and whatever. And I'm just like, what are you, a bunch of babies? I'm sitting there, I'm like, I just want to get well. And I want to give a shout out to Montana Coiner. He doesn't live far from me. He's about an hour away from me. But I'll tell you what, guys. I'm like, these people sit there and they're like crying and complaining. it's like looking at Bitcoin like in its early inception, you know. So I don't know what you think about that.
Well, yeah,
Well,
of course.
a lot of people sold what below 50 cents.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yep. I mean, look
Yeah.
at all
Or
the
about
historical tweets of
$17,000
guys that
more.
are like, "Yeah, I'm so glad I got out at 11 cents. I have made my freaking bank, baby." You know, and you're like, "Oof, oof."
Mm.
If only they had a
11%.
locking contract.
If only.
They had a locking contract for 15 years. They'd be getting close to being able to. Can you imagine being 2 years away from 15-year stakes? 2-3 years away from pulling out your 15-year stake? That's where they'd be right now had they been able to stake when, you know, Bitcoin came out. They'd be just a couple of years away from their 15 years coming to fruition. And imagine the stakes that they would have pulled out already. The 10-year ones. Oh, they passed that. The 7, 8, 9, 10-year stakes. They'd be
Also,
Yeah.
the things that, again, not to mention the name that won't be named, about locked up supply versus never going to move supply versus whatever. If you had that, if they were staked, the design of Hex contract to evaporate that dormant supply, basically the 2 weeks of grace period, unstake, or it starts to eat away at that, and then it redistributes to the staking class. It really awards properly all of the factions and communities inside the Hex group. You know, I didn't say that elegantly, but that's what I mean.
And just to add to that, it's like OA coins are visible because the OA wants them to be visible. He could have easily used Tornado ETH or Hexnado to obfuscate all those coin and make them untraceable. But no, we have the complete list of addresses, which I think Hex audit. We have a list. So how much more transparency do you want? So like, see, it's about making the right choice.
Hey, you guys,
And
I appreciate you all. I got to get going. I got some fires to put out here, but all good stuff. All good stuff. No worries. But you guys have fun. I appreciate you all joining us tonight.
Catch you
Thanks,
later.
Peace out, man.
Catch you later,
all
buddy.
right. We'll
See you
bud.
later.
Have a good night, Kenneth.
See you later. He, she, it, them.
Uh-huh.
Invite.
Right on, guys. I got to get back to work, but I'm going to keep on listening.
All right,
Drive
DMT,
safe.
keep that rubber side down, buddy.
You bet, man. Peace.
Be safe.
Later, bro.
Hey,
Yeah, I'm really glad to see Hexdeck back. He was like pure radio silence for about a month there. I was hitting him up about once a week, like, "Hey, you still alive, man? Like, you doing okay?"
Bro, no, I'll tell you guys, no joke. The vid really got me. I had breathing problems. I was not good. You know, they always say health is wealth. So, I mean, that's the thing that made me laugh. I mean, even I saw like Hex going into the dip, and you know, like I'm still a multimillionaire. I'm like, but I'm not healthy. I'm like, you guys don't get it. I mean, and I'm not one of those Hex flexers or any big thing. So,
But you know what? It's our age, bro. It's our age. We're the ones that yell at these.
Yeah,
because
I'll be
you know, when you're
54.
younger, you don't feel it, and
right.
And as you get older, you start to feel it. I literally got asked the question today by one of my CPAs. Was like, "Hey, so what is your number one goal for this year?" And I said to get healthier. And that's literally my number one goal is to get healthier, lose some weight, get back in the gym, right? Get my surfing game on,
Well,
you know, just getting healthy, because I've read books where like they went to all the richest people on the planet and said, what would you change? If there was one thing that you would change now in the ends of your life here, you rich motherfucker, you, what would it be? And they said, I would have kept my health in better check. I would have stayed healthier. I would have gone out of the world as healthy as I possibly could. And that's what they all say.
I will tell you this. This is not a joke. This is just, and it's an ancillary thing. But just to give you an idea, The gym that I go to, it's called the Ridge here in Montana. They were resurfacing the floors in the swimming pool area, so I was like out for like a week and a half. So I went back to work out there, and so I weighed myself, and I did a measuring tape thing. I used to have 16-inch arms, all right, and I was 17 pounds heavier. I lost 17 pounds, and my arms are now 11 inches. I mean, honestly, that's the way the toll took. I'll get back to it, but
yeah, you'll get back.
Yeah,
muscle memory,
but
get eating right, get back in the gym, you'll get it back.
actually, Muscle Milk. I'm not going to sponsor them, but I'll tell you what. If you're on COVID and you can't taste or smell anything, drink Muscle Milk.
See, that's my biggest fear, because all I got left in life is food. And it's like, if I can't taste, man, I'm not going to say it.
Bro,
keep kicking me off of things.
I'm a retired chef, for 24 years. So, I mean, not tasting anything is like killing me.
Yeah, that shit is torture, bro.
Yeah, it was bad. I had the crud right before Hextech did, and I didn't realize I had anything going on until I grilled up some steaks and I put the plate up, and there's just nothing there. Yeah, it was terrible. Like, I got sick to my stomach. I put the plate down, I backed up. I was like, "What is going on?" And I didn't want to eat for 2 days after that. That was my worst symptom, though.
Yeah, literally. I mean, that's how I knew I got it. Was I had the sniffles, and I took some sinus medication, some ibuprofen, right? And I got home, and I honestly, I'll give a shout out to Wendy's for tendies type guy, but I ordered some Wendy's, right? I ordered 2 burgers on DoorDash. They came, I bit into it, and it tasted like cardboard, and I'm just like, oh, excuse my French, but I'm screwed, and yeah, I knew that.
French here.
Yeah, I was going to say something worse, but I won't. I don't like to say a lot of cuss words. But yeah. I mean, but, hey, guys, I mean, we're still living in the best possible situation. Like, a friend of mine said to me, he's like, oh, my God, he's like, Bitcoin, or excuse me, Hex is down. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's usually down. It's down over 70%. I'm like, so what?
Yeah, I literally had a buddy send me a text message and said, "Hey, can you show me how to get this Hex out before I'm out my investment? I want to get out, before it dips down below what I got in for, and blah blah blah." And I'm like, I just ignored him. I ignored him, and now we pumped. So it's aren't you glad that I didn't answer your sniveling, whiny little ass? And he hasn't answered me back. I sent him the dip chart. I sent him the dip chart, and I said, "Aren't you glad I didn't, reply to your sniveling little ass?" And just showed him the dip chart. It's like, look, it dips. This is what crypto does. If you don't have a stomach for it, you should have never got in. But I'm not going to help you. Fuck yourself. You're staying in. You're stuck.
Oh my God!
Now you stake that.
It went down 70%. But it's up 5,000% since I invested. It's like,
right, and you could be there too.
Hey, Hex. Hey, Hex. If you don't like cussing, just either the captain or Wales would be willing to interpret for you.
Yeah, don't even worry about it.
I look.
We'll interpret
in Vegas, bro. I did. Just so you guys know, I did cancel my trip to Florida. I was going to Florida here, but I have some tickets to give away too for the Hex conference in Vegas, but just for health reasons, I'm taking it easy and stuff like that for the next month and a half. Get back in the bonus zone and that type of thing. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. I've seen a couple of whales, Twitter things and stuff like that. And it made me laugh, not feeling good and stuff like that.
It's funny how what idle hands start doing when there's a big dip like it was. It was like, boy, Hexicans were getting into all kinds of shit out there.
They were, bro. I mean, I saw some stupid stuff especially on the Twitter feeds, but just angry people angry at other people, and I'm just
yeah.
like, what are you guys doing? Like, I'm like, what is it? And I couldn't respond. I mean, yeah,
I've had a couple of guys call me out in the last freaking 3 weeks. Like, are you fucking really? Are you kidding me? You want to what? You really? I haven't had somebody freaking chest up to me in a long ass time, man. It's like, where's this shit coming from, man? It's
really, yeah.
Just sour grapes, bro. I mean, people have been coming at me about the doubling rate, and it's like I don't explain
I saw
things.
that too. I was
It's
like,
funny.
They turned on whales. I was like, what the fuck is that all about?
Yeah, it's funny. It's like I don't explain
you're a
things.
god one week, and then they're like, fuck this fucking guy, man.
It's funny, bro.
You know, it's interesting. I'm not trying to brag, maybe just a little bit.
Have at it, honey. Have it.
Go away.
So my love, you guys, some of you may, Popmaster, he when we talk to people about crypto and we like to onboard people, he's very, in the beginning, he was so I don't want to say controlling, but for me, he was just like, listen, we have to come at these people in a very, like, he wanted to write up an entire speech, and he did this thing called qualifying, right? Where he's like, we have to qualify people. We're not just going to onboard anybody. Wait a second. And this is the best part. Do you know that and this is why I'm bragging, because I listened to him, and we qualified people. We let people know this might not be for you right off the bat. And the other people, we allowed them to make their decisions in a way that gave them the sovereignty and the control, but also to remove the heat off of us, but to give them the ability to make their own decisions. And my point is, this is the bragging part, all of our onboards bought the dip. None of them have complained to us, none that we still communicate with. My mother, who I'm still frustrated, don't ask me how this woman doesn't know how to turn on a computer, but she grabbed the 14-cent dip. Like she how did she get that? How did she do that? I don't know. But yeah, so all of our onboards, and I'm talking, and I mentioned this, one of the onboards, it was a woman. She's divorced. She's by herself. She has a bunch of kids. She put a loan, $50,000. Not a peep out of her, like talking to her. She's totally fine. And because they're prepared, they understand what it is, and we go through it. And just to vomit on y'all a little bit more, because I love what RG was talking about and Wales are talking about the education, because I really think that's important, because it really makes a difference. It makes a difference for everybody. It gives them the confidence that they need to make the decisions that they need to make, and whatever. But have you guys ever seen there's a book, it's called like What is DeFi? Have any of you read that? The Joe Kim Christensen. So there's this book. Someone said, what is DeFi? Guide to Hex, and it's specified to Hex, and it says your complete guide to get paid every day the DeFi way. So one idea we were thinking about doing, if anyone wants to jump on the idea too, is we were thinking about getting the book and giving that also to potential onboards and stuff like that, because it's but the education and the qualifying and letting people know what it is, it's really important, and it makes a difference.
There was somebody, I can't remember who the tweet was, but there was somebody that bought 100 of those and was giving it out to their onboards whenever they talk to people.
Yeah, I think it's Crypto King. I think he bought a huge amount, and he's also working to have it translated in multiple languages. So we are working on that. And with that, I will say goodbye to you guys. Catch me on Monday morning on the Hex Asian stream. We'll see.
Catch you then, D.
Love your robot voice.
Thank you for the beautiful song.
Yeah.
Everybody loves it, bro.
My man, Hexmac, what's happening, buddy?
The Hexmac.
It's good, fam. Where's our flock of seagulls?
The flock of seagulls without knowing what flock of seagulls is. He's like, what the hell is that? When I told him one day, what the hell's a flock of seagulls?
That's correct.
It came from the 80s.
Did you ever look it up?
I just missed it. I know that it was a band. I just don't know any great.
You didn't see the lead singer.
You didn't see the singer.
Is there a song I should look up?
No, just
no. We just want you to see his hair. You got to see his hair.
All right. What's his name?
Just say flock of seagulls.
Flock of seagulls. The first thing will come up is him and his hair. Ah, there you go.
I see you.
There are times when you have that your hair, doing the middle.
It's got
thing,
that wave, man.
When it goes in the middle and does that wave, that swoop, and you got this flock of seagulls, buddy.
It's usually when it's a bit shorter. I haven't been able to have a haircut for like
that's
5 to 6 months. So I'm not getting a haircut until I get my freedom back. We'll see how long that takes.
I just got my hair cut in 3 months. So, I mean, my hair is short now, but you should have seen it beforehand. It was horrible.
I did see it just a second ago. Thanks.
Well, now it's short. I was a hippie.
It's helping you out if you ever want to make some more fashion hairstyle designs.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I like short hair.
Where are you at the minute, Gary? I got hit up by someone on our Facebook community this morning looking for a Hexican to come speak at a conference in Dubai.
Oh yeah, I'm getting a lot of people reaching out to me because I was in Dubai not long ago. I'll probably be there maybe after the London thing. I kind of wander around. I usually.
Do you know if anyone's out there at the minute?
There's a lot of people in Dubai. What do you mean?
Oh, just Hexicans that can go and speak at a conference.
Michael's always back and forth. He's inside the Telegram chat. Also, he was at the Kiev thing as well. And he's also John Burns is there all the time. He's a billionaire guy. I mean, it depends on what the speaking topic is.
Hex.
Michael probably would be reasonable. Is it a conference? Just DM me.
It's a conference. Yeah, we'll chat about that. Yeah. Interesting stuff going on.
Kareem is there.
Someone reached out and said that this morning, but I haven't been able to hit Kareem up today and ask him. If he is,
I don't think he's still there. Is he still there?
He was there, but
I saw him on Twitter this morning. He was active. He hit me up this morning, so I know he's there. I know he's out there, so I don't know.
Maybe he is. I'm not sure. I didn't think he was going to be out there that long, but I'm not sure either.
I dropped him just a tweet with him linked in it. He'll get back to me at some point, I'm sure.
Yeah,
but it's cool. It's cool.
Telegram is better to reach out to him though. He definitely checks Telegram, not Twitter.
Hit him on Telegram.
Yeah, hit him on Telegram.
All right, I'll do that now.
Yeah, hit him on Telegram. I mean, Dubai, they're up now, so if he's awake, you'll see it.
Okay, sweet.
That place never sleeps.
Yeah, pretty much.
Neither does Kareem.
It's 24/7 party out there.
It's like Vegas of the Arab world.
Dream the dream.
The dream.
If you do go to Dubai, it is impressive to go to the. They have something called Expo 2020. It was locked up and didn't complete because of the vid, but it's really impressive. Every country, there's maybe like 80 or 90 buildings, and each country made their own building. It's kind of like Epcot, the United States version of Epcot.
Cool.
Every country. It's very interesting and opulent. It's very cool.
Sweet. All right, ladies and gentlemen, does anybody have anything else? Because I'm getting ready to call it a night.
Can I tell one more story?
What's that?
Good.
Can I tell one more story?
You can tell us another story if you like.
Thank you. Just one more. So because it's on my heart. So this goes out to Hodl Dog, and I just want to tell him that I love you and I'm sorry. I made a tweet yesterday, and I had a picture of my dog, and it sounded, I guess, really cryptic, and I guess people interpreted that my dog was like dead, and so he messaged me, and he's just like, "I'm crying, I'm so sorry," and it was so bad.
I saw that too, and it choked me up. I was like, "Oh no!"
Yeah, no.
And then I saw you hit it. I was like, getting ready, like, okay, what do I say to her? How am I gonna you know, do I just leave it alone for now? And then you tweeted back out, no, my dog's okay. It was just a metaphor. And I was like, oh, good.
Yeah, I love my dog, and I was just feeling her, and when they get older, you feel like the weakness, you feel the strong muscle, because she was a strong pit bull, man. She was fast as lightning, and now she could barely walk and stuff like that. But I'm so happy to have so much time with her. So Hex is awesome, and I love you guys. All right, that's my story, my love story. I love you guys.
All right, everybody, and with that, we're gonna say good night.
Peace. Good night.
Later.